What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Daily Refinement. This is a really important episode. We're going to go over some harsh truths about being an eBay seller and passive income, and it's very important that you understand this specific episode on our journey to building a $1,000 a week income. This is one of the most important episodes. So we are now in week 4. So I'm listing $70 a day, 4 times a week in this new store. I'm going to up the ante and start a second store where I'm actually immediately going to start with the incentive of trying to earn $2,000 a week profit. So it's twice the size of the $1,000 a week store, but I don't have to wait for the capital to reinvest because it's going to take roughly 3 months to build the 0 to 1K store because I have to wait for the money to come back in to reinvest. I'm starting a second store so that you guys can see what it looks like if you're moving at a faster pace. So each Sunday, I'm actually going to show you guys around 100 items that I pump into the store every single week so you can get an idea of what I'm putting into my store. I've also decided I found out a way to not have to hide my solds. There's a lot of people who are skeptical and don't understand business, so they're like, why do you have to hide your solds? I want everybody on earth to sell the same stuff as me. But you know what? I'm actually not worried about it. I think that I can pick in categories that are so rare that other people will not be able to find the same stuff and not ruin this experiment for people, because people need to see that it's done firsthand. So even though you can see what I sell if you look at the feedback left for others, I'm going to go ahead and not hide them. I'm going to link the store. I'm going to find a way to link an item that will never sell so that people can always bookmark the store and go back to it, because that was the problem with linking my store. Was after I sold the item, when people went back to the link, they couldn't find the store. So anyway, to make it easier, I'm just going to find an item, put it in the store as a placeholder. So when you guys go to it, you can see the solds and you can follow along. One store is organically starting with nothing, going up to $1,000 a week. The other store, I'm going to try to make $2,000 a week, but there's no restrictions. I can list as much as I want, and there's no capital restrictions. So you guys can see the difference between moving really quickly and moving organically with just reinvesting the profits. So why am I picking these two specific amounts? I want to tell you why. There's a lot of trending stuff on eBay right now, or I'm sorry, trending finance stuff right now talking about early retirement, minimalism, all this stuff. But when you look at the people who achieve early retirement, they all have one thing in common. Okay, and the one thing in common is their regular job earns $150,000 a year income. This is extremely common because they say, this is what you want to retire in 10 years. All you have to do is save $6,000 a month, which is half your income. For 10 years, a 7% interest, you're a millionaire. Everyone says that, but then the question is, how do I earn $150,000 a year? The median in the United States is only $50,000 per household. That means husband and wife together only making $52,000. It's unusual in areas like where I live. $150,000 is probably the average for most of the people who are here. So if they could save half their income, they could retire in 10 years. Theoretically, they can just keep that $50,000. I'm sorry, the $75,000 pre-tax lifestyle. They can keep that lifestyle in 10 years. They're done working. So what I'm going to try to show you guys to do is how to earn that $150,000 on eBay as a job. Okay, so this is not being an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur is not the only road to retirement. Most of these people that you watch on YouTube that achieve early retirement, either Mr. Money Mustache, Graham Stephan, or Beat the Bush, are 3 YouTubers that I follow. All 3 of those people have over $150,000 income, household income. So of course, if you can't save $6,000 a month if you're not earning $6,000 a month, and they're earning more, $12,000 or more household income. So saving half their income is even an option. So let me show you guys how I've done the math for this. We've got $1,000 a week in this store that I'm showing you guys from scratch, or from $200. The second store is earning $2,000 a week. Together, that's $3,000 a week. So you guys will be able to see what it looks like not being an entrepreneur, because this is not eBay as a business. This is eBay as a job. Okay, if you have to go hunt the items, come home, clean them, they'll photograph them and sell them, that is not a business. You cannot sell that to somebody. You have to have both pieces of the pie for people to buy your business. You have to have a way of inventory coming in, and you have to have a way of inventory going out. You can sell that as a package to somebody. If you have to do one of those 2 things, you do not have a business. That's how I define the difference between a business and a job, is can you sell your eBay business? So I'm going to do what these guys recommend, okay, which is get $150,000 income and then invest in businesses or real estate on the side. And that's how you can achieve financial independence sooner than 10 years, right? Because you can build your side hustle on the side. You can do this to pay the bills. And I'll explain to you guys how I am trying to achieve this model. So the $1,000 a week is roughly 50 items. The $2,000 a week is roughly 100 items. So my job as a professional level reseller is to list 150 items a week and try to average 20 bucks. That's the $3,000 a week, 150K income in order to retire in 10 years or less reselling and not being a business owner. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. You would be an extremely good eBayer if you have all the knowledge to buy the right items and you have the organization and logistics to actually get this stuff up, listed, and sold. Not easy, right? But again, $150,000 income is triple the normal household income in the US, so who said it was going to be easy? You actually don't want it to be easy because you don't want so many other people entering, and that was the reason why I was hiding my solds. But anyway, I'm not one to say that any kind of thing can deter me from reaching my goal. So there'll be 2 stores. I'll link both of them. I'm also going to give you guys some ideas on how I plan on turning that into a business. I like reselling, but I don't want to rely on myself finding 150 items a week to maintain this income. I'd actually like the 150 items to come to me. So I'm going to be working on building scouts. That's my main focus right now. That's what I'm working on with Amazon FBA. I also might be doing a collaboration with Kevin, the Clutch Swag, on how to do that with shoes. We're both passionate about shoes. We think it's relatively easy to have people bring shoes to us. The one thing that we are working on that's the most important is the incentive, right? We have to create the right job description so people can go out and bring us the shoes that we want and it makes sense to them. Doesn't matter what we want, doesn't make sense to them to bring us those particular items. That's the 150K a year plan. You can do this by yourself. You don't need any employees, okay? Because if all you did was go online and look for deals, you can find 150 deals that are $20 profit from home. You don't need to go shopping. I'm going to give you guys an example right now. I just bought a pair of Saucony Women's Freedom ISO sneakers. I just paid $25.64 on eBay for a pair of shoes that should sell for $100. If you guys want to look up Saucony ISO 2, this is a brand new sneaker that just came out. The Saucony ISO 1 was the old model. The new model is out. Sells for $160 retail. I just bought a $160 pair of shoes for $25.64. If all you did all day, you didn't turn off all social media, all you did was look for deals in specific niches, I recommend looking for items that sell for over $100 so you can find stuff that's in a $20 to $40 range where it makes sense to snipe it online and then resell it yourself. You do not need to drive around. I just like driving around. We're talking about 150K income that you can do anywhere in the United States if you bust your butt, because this is 150 $20 items. You also need the money to pay for these items. And you need enough money to build up an inventory to do it. And again, I just want to reiterate this 1,000 times in this video. Usually eBay is not a business, okay? It is a job. If you stop working on your eBay store, what happens? There's like all these people saying, if I don't list every day, my store drops. That sounds like a job to me, right? That's not a business. If you own a Subway franchise and you have a manager there and 3 people who make sandwiches and you don't go to work, your sandwich shop doesn't make any less money. It makes the same amount of money. Now, you can see Subway franchise owners in the beginning, they're working as the manager in the store until they save up money and they open a second and a third and a fourth. And these franchise owners don't start earning a lot of money until they have multiple stores open generally. They put in the work in the beginning to grow it, but that's exactly what we're doing here. We want to create the inventory that spits out this $150,000 income. Then all you have to do is be frugal enough to raise your family on 50% of that and save the other half. But all these early retirement things are based on saving $6,000 a month. That's like the magic number to retire in 10 years. I think it's totally doable for most people. And finally, my last thought on this is I'm following the Jim Rohn plan, which is work full-time on to earn a living when I'm choosing reselling as my living, and work part-time on your fortune. Okay, that's my business. That's my brands. Okay, brands. Just took this idea from 100-Day Hustle. He is talking about he wants to dominate, not compete, basically, meaning he wants to create his own brands where there is no competition. I want to work on that too, but again, I'm not going to work on that while this 150K income is totally doable just working, and that means I only have to work 10 years to net $1 million from this, which is not even that long. So as long as I can put away $6,000 a month, which my bills are way less than that, but I'm just showing you guys because some people may have a household, might have more bills. I think obviously you can also reduce this by lowering your expenses. This is assuming your household is also spending $6,000 a month, right? I won't compare my situation, but $6,000 a month should be enough for your family to at least get by while you're building this plan. So hopefully this is useful, guys, but I really just want to drill into everyone's brain that eBay is not a business. It's not. You're not a small business owner. You just own your own job. I know a lot of people think that they have a business, but I think the difference is can you actually sell it to somebody else? Would somebody else buy your enterprise? If you're the one hunting, you're the one listing, you're the one shipping, what are they buying? Unless you come with it, and then you're working for somebody else, and you're all back to the beginning again, and you're making less than you were making just doing it by yourself because you've got to give some of the cut to the new owner. So everyone, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.